What are some of the mistakes you'll want to avoid when leaving your 9 to 5 to set up to work for yourself? My name is Anna Lundberg. I'm the founder of One Step Outside, author of Leaving the Corporate 9 to 5, and host of the Reimagining Success podcast. And while I can give you lots of advice on what to do, positive things, how to support yourself, how to get help, strategies to follow, and so on, let's face it, there are also some pitfalls, some mistakes that you'll want to avoid, some things that you don't want to do. And from my own personal experience, from working with clients, from what I see in friends, I wanted to share some of those mistakes. So hopefully you can learn from our mistakes and make your own. So let's talk through 5 mistakes quickly. And as ever, I'll be diving into these in more detail over on the Reimagining Success podcast. So do search Reimagining Success on your favourite app, or you can go to reimaginingsuccesspodcast.com and find the latest episode. There's a new episode every Thursday, so this will be coming out this Thursday morning. Okay, so let's talk through some of the mistakes. Now, the first one is letting other people discourage you. So yes, we need to take ownership and responsibility for our own decisions, but of course, if we ourselves are feeling quite insecure and unsure, that will be really reinforced by other people around us, often well-meaning, friends, colleagues, family members, parents, partners, and so on, who are really echoing those fears. So I always say, try to incubate your ideas. Don't just speak to anybody and everybody about every random idea you have every day. Take some time to yourself, figure out at least roughly what it is you want to do, and then come back and share. And of course, make sure you're only sharing with people who you really trust and respect as well. So if it's a partner, if it's a parent, it's worth speaking to them. However, if it's a stranger on the internet who's criticising what you're doing, that's probably not worth, in fact, definitely not worth listening to. So again, don't let others discourage you. Make sure you're surrounding yourself with positive voices. Join my One Step Outside Facebook group. Find your tribe of people who are out there doing the kind of things you want to be doing. The second mistake is undervaluing your skills and experience. And ironically, we come out of school and university full of confidence, and yet years, decades later, when we have more career capital, more skills, more experiences, and more wisdom, then we suddenly think, hang on, I can't do anything except this one little thing that I happen to be doing right now. So really think creatively, look at your transferable skills, hard skills, soft skills, things like problem solving and pitching and negotiating and people management, leadership, coaching, all sorts of things. Also considering your personal life and any volunteering or hobbies that you've done. So don't undervalue your skills and experience, and also don't assume that you have to now invest in some expensive retraining, formal qualification. The truth is, especially in running your own business, working for yourself now, in the entrepreneurial world, there are so many ways, so many informal media of learning, in informal formats. You can learn on the job, of course, but also lots of free courses, programs, working with a mentor, and so on. So don't think and don't rush into investing in some very expensive training. And before you get started, above all, don't let this stop you. By all means, and I definitely encourage you to invest in your lifelong learning and upskilling and staying on top of things to stay ahead of your competition and to better serve your clients. But don't delay getting started until you've got this fancy qualification. So that's another mistake to avoid. Now, related to that, don't narrow down your options too soon. So don't rush into whether it's investing in a course or setting up a website and doing lots of business cards for something that you happen to have come across, or it's the first idea or the only idea you think is possible given your particular profile. If you can, and I hope you can, allow yourself the time to explore, to brainstorm, to consider what your ideal career, business and life might look like, and then you can take steps to explore and narrow down and filter for practicality and so on. But try to really explore and imagine, if you're going to make these big changes, then you'd better make sure it's something that's worthwhile and really closer to what you actually want to be doing, not just, hey, I can do this, so let's do this. And then finally, don't put it off indefinitely. Don't allow yourself to wait for that perfect moment, because guess what? It's never going to arrive. So if now is not the right time, and maybe it isn't the right time to make these changes in your life and career, that's fine. But in that case, set yourself a deadline for revisiting, reassessing the situation. Set yourself a particular date. Give yourself criteria for when you will make the decision. Work backwards. Give yourself milestones. Find the help you need in the meantime to get on top of whatever it is you need to get on top of, to get yourself into a position that this time next year, let's say, you can make a different, more empowered decision. So those are 5 mistakes, 5 pitfalls to avoid as you're leaving the 9 to 5. Again, check out the full episode on the podcast, the Reimagining Success podcast. Thanks so much for listening, and I'll see you next week. Bye for now.